Hey babes, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. My name is Kelly Sharice. I create beauty, lifestyle, and motherhood content, and we're gonna be sprinkling in a little bit of pregnancy updates every week, okay? So if that is the type of content that you are interested in, please stay tuned, continue watching, and subscribe to the channel so that you can join the family. Now, I know in last week's video, I told you guys about my symptoms that I was experiencing between weeks 5 through 7. Just a brief recap, I told you guys about my bloating, my gas. I told y'all what made me even take a pregnancy test, what symptoms I was experiencing beforehand and afterwards. I told you guys about the acne. I told you guys a lot of things in that video of these symptoms that I was experiencing. So in this week's video, we're going to be getting into weeks 8 through 10, the symptoms that I was experiencing during this time period, the cravings that I was having, just a whole lot, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, girl. So week 8 started the nightmare, okay? And I'm sorry to put it that way, but week 8 was the worst week for me. As far as symptoms go, let me just say it like that, because this is when the spitting began. Now, this is a symptom that I have experienced with all my pregnancies. Spitting is a huge factor for me. I don't know what it is, but saliva just builds up in my mouth, and I just have to spit. Like, I keep a spit cup around. I carry a spit cup everywhere I go, y'all. I'm so sorry if that's graphic or TMI, but it's the truth. My family can tell you, like, oh my God, here she come with that spit cup, because girl, I stayed spitting. Even to this day, I spit a lot, okay? I spit a lot, and I hate it because it's like, if I was to go to swallow it, I would instantly feel like I have to throw up. Anything would trigger it. If I would drink water, and if I would go like 5 minutes, you know, without drinking water, then I would spit. And you have to be careful with that, because spitting could cause dehydration. And I can say I did feel like dehydrated a couple of times, so I had to keep water around. But yeah, girl, I stayed spitting, and it is so disgusting, so disgusting. Also during week 8, you guys, I was still very tired. It's just like I could not get it together. I would just stay on the couch all day, lay in my bed all day. It was just like I was just constantly tired. No matter what I did, I just wanted to lay around. Like, I did not want to do anything. I had no get up about myself during week 8, y'all. And I just was like, oh my gosh, Kelly, like, I would literally have to push myself, like give myself a pep talk to get up and move around, because I just wanted to lay in bed. So yeah, tiredness was a symptom that did not go away, did not fade away. Also, I was very moody. Okay, I was very moody during week 8. I remember I would be like chipper or happy one moment, and then like the next moment I'm just not feeling it, like not feeling nobody, don't want to talk to nobody, just leave me alone, get out my room. Like, I was literally like moody all the time, at all times. And it's nobody's fault. It was nobody's fault but mine. I take full accountability of it, girl. But moodiness is definitely a symptom that you will experience some point in your pregnancy. It may not be early on like mine was, but the women that I have talked to and shared my experiences with, they did say that, you know, moodiness is a symptom that they also experience. Also during week 8, I'll remember this vividly, girl. This is when the constipation started. I was real constipated. Oh my gosh, like real constipated with, you know, when I would try to go use the bathroom, passive bowel movement, could never do it. The frequent urination was there. I was able to, you know, urinate, but constipation, girl, it was just like, and at this point I still hadn't had my first doctor's appointment, so I still wasn't sure of what was safe to take. Although I could have drank prune juice, but I don't like prune juice, so that was never a factor for me, okay? That was never a factor for me, so I didn't take prune juice, girl. As time went on though, the constipation did get a little better, but I do remember vividly week 8, I was really constipated. Also during week 8, y'all, the gas still was around. I had severe gas at this point. It was it was a lot, okay? It was a lot. I just was like, oh my gosh, like, Kelly, what is it? What are you eating? And that can also play a factor in it too. Like, what you're eating can also play a factor in gas. But in my defense, y'all, I really didn't have an appetite. Like, still in week 8, I really didn't have an appetite. I really wasn't eating much. Only thing that I remember me eating that I wanted to eat was ham and cheese sandwiches, okay? Ham and cheese sandwiches were and still are my best friend. So the only thing that I really had a taste for during week 8 was fruits and cantaloupe, to be exact, cantaloupe and banana. So fruit and water, that was it. Like, I really didn't like, I couldn't stand Sprites anymore. I tried to drink ginger ale every now and then. You know, ginger ale was cool, but it just got old to me. But water was literally and still is my best friend. So week 9, let's go into week 9. Week 9 is where we had our very first ultrasound, is where we heard our baby's heartbeat, is where we first seen our baby, and we were just on a cloud during this appointment. One, for many reasons, but for the main one is because it confirms that you're pregnant. Although you do not feel pregnant, it confirms that you are, and you can see your baby on the screen. So it's just overwhelming feelings of joy, of emotions that you feel. We found out our due date during this appointment. We had blood drawn during this appointment. I had all of my tests done during this appointment. So week 9 was a pretty eventful week. Also during week 9, girl, this is when I very first threw up. Morning sickness was at its peak. I remember it like it was yesterday, me throwing up, and I'm just like, what in the world? Like, it was just I threw up the weirdest thing, and I cannot remember what I threw up, but it was the weirdest thing. And I'm just like, if I can't keep this down, oh goodness, girl, you have a long journey ahead of you. I remember me saying that to myself, like, if you can't keep this down, girl, what you gonna do when you try to eat like something heavier, you know? So I couldn't keep nothing down. I did also talk to my doctor about what I could take, what I could eat. He did recommend me getting like ginger, something with ginger in it, and that's when I started drinking the ginger ales. I didn't get the ginger chews as of yet because I couldn't find any, but yeah, he did tell me to start like drinking ginger ales or anything with ginger in it. So during week 9 is also when I would use the bathroom frequently. I would more so go during the middle of the night. So like around like 1 or 2 a.m. I always wake up and have to use the bathroom. It never failed. Every single night around 1 to 2 a.m. I would get up and go to the bathroom. Even during the day, but especially during the wee hours of the morning, I would get up and have to go to the bathroom. So I try not to drink anything right before bed, but with me doing all this spitting, like I said, I felt so dehydrated, and so I just needed something to make sure like I don't be dehydrated. So I did drink like a little bit of water, but I tried not to drink like a whole full bottle of water, just so I could have like my mouth wouldn't be so dry. But girl, that was like, damn if you do or damn if you don't. Okay, because if you do, you're gonna use the bathroom. If you don't, you're gonna feel dehydrated and sick. So yeah, I tried to find my balance, girl, but I had to do what was best for me, and yeah, it was a lot. So just to recap, with week 9, that's when we had our first doctor's appointment, heard the baby heartbeat, saw the baby on the screen. I had all the tubes, you know, the tube of blood drawn from me. We had all these tests ran. We got our due date. So yeah, week 9, like I said, was pretty eventful. It was pretty exciting at first, but as time progressed on, it just kind of got a little sketchy. Okay, like I said, it's when I threw up for the first time. Morning sickness at this point was at its peak. If I couldn't get out of bed in the previous weeks, I for sure wasn't getting out of bed or off this couch during week 9, girl, because I do not like, I know a lot of people say they don't like to throw up, like they hate throwing up, but I literally am a person that do not throw up. Like, I don't throw up. So when I do, it just takes everything out of me. And sometimes, y'all, it feel like I would be just throwing up just the lining of my stomach. I'm just like, what am I throwing up? I haven't even eaten anything. Like, what could I possibly be throwing up right now, girl? And it was just like yellow stuff. It was just the most, like, it was just a lot. So moving into week 10, this is where the headaches began. I had like mild headaches in the previous weeks, but it weren't as severe as they were in week 10. And I know I touched briefly on the loss of appetite, but I really like lost my appetite during week 10, like couldn't eat nothing. I remember my mom telling me like, Kelly, you have to eat something. You have to eat something. So just keeping that in mind, I would eat salads, y'all. Salads with vinaigrette dressing, like just something so light just to make sure I had something, you know, on my stomach, girl, because I couldn't eat anything. And the ham and cheese sandwiches were a go, but after a while that got old to me. But I would still keep them in rotation. Like I would wake up, like when I would wake up at 1 or 2 in the morning to use the bathroom, I would be hungry at this time as well. So I would go in the kitchen and make me a ham and cheese sandwich. Then I'd be satisfied, you know, enough to, you know, sleep throughout the night or whatever the case may be. But yes, girl, I could not really eat anything. I know I wasn't eating anything heavy like chicken, beef. I wasn't doing any of that because I just didn't have the appetite for it. And I can honestly say during this pregnancy is the pregnancy that I have eaten less. You know, when you get pregnant, people say, well, you can eat as what you want, you can eat as much as you want, what you want, as much as you want. Girl, not for me this time around. And that has been the biggest takeaway so far. Me not being able to eat as much, because if you know, girl, I love to eat, okay? I can eat, I love to eat, but for me to not be able to enjoy meals with my kids, with my family, because I really don't want to eat as much, can't eat as much, it got hard, you know, it was hard, and it was just like a lot. So I had to get my mental in check, because it can really take a toll on you to see people, you know, enjoying food, and and here you are, can't enjoy it because you're afraid you're gonna throw up, or you're gonna, you know, get sick, be nausea. And that was another thing. Like after I would eat, I would feel sick. So it was just like, if I don't eat, I feel sick. But then if I do eat, I still feel sick. So I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do in that instance, y'all, because I've never experienced that before. That was a symptom that I've never experienced as severe, like the loss of appetite. That was something I never experienced. So me experiencing it this time around was just like the biggest shocker to me. But you know, it is what it is, girl. You know, I am still healthy. I still, you know, on track with my weight. Baby is, you know, doing good. When I went to my appointment, you know, he didn't say anything, the doctor didn't say anything concerning about, you know, the baby or anything like that. So I was pretty, we was pretty happy. We was pretty happy about that, especially me, because I was very concerned. Like, you know, I'm not eating, so am I gonna, you know, lose weight, or is the baby not gonna develop right, or, you know, grow properly, girl? It was just a lot going through my head. So also during week 10, I do remember me having this metallic taste in my mouth, child. Oh my God, when I tell you, it was the worst taste. Even after I brush my teeth, I would still have like this metallic taste, and I don't know what I could compare it to, but I do know that I tried to like pop a peppermint in my mouth, you know, to deal with it, girl. But after a while, peppermints got old to me. Like peppermint got tiring, and I didn't want peppermints anymore. So week 8 through 10 was kind of like the week of the no appetite. Like, can't keep anything down, don't want anything to keep down. It was just a lot. So water and fruit and ham and cheese sandwiches were my best friend, still my best friend to this day, like I said. But especially during those weeks, like fruit, cantaloupe, bananas were my best friend. I remember me eating grapes and instantly felt sick. Instantly felt sick, like the green grapes to be exact. Instantly felt sick. I just couldn't do it. So yeah, bananas and cantaloupe and water, ham and cheese sandwiches, and sometimes salads with the vinaigrette based dressing. Those were the only thing that I was eating at this point. And I just was like, oh, when is it gonna get better? Because I haven't experienced this. Like, when is it gonna get better? But eventually it did. Eventually it did, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for that conversation because it gets interesting during the upcoming weeks of my pregnancy, girl. So that wraps it up for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you experienced anything like I did during these weeks, let me know that in the comments. I would love to talk about it. I would love to chat about it. Let's see what our similarities were or our differences, because like I said, every pregnancy is different. So if you enjoyed, please go ahead and like this video. Let's talk in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your post notifications on so you will not miss an update, because I will be coming back with the video week after week after week. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video, babes.